Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Todd Falcone here at toddfalcone.com. Good to see you guys again today. So check this out. The NFL, the Network Marketing NFL Club, the No Friends Left Club. To me, I don't know who made up that term. I think it's kind of ridiculous that anybody would. I feel sorry for people that end up in the NFL club, like I have no more friends left. I've burned out all of my friendships because of my network marketing business. And it really has a lot to do with how you approach your network marketing business. I don't think anybody should ever be part of the NFL club. It's a ridiculous club to join. I wouldn't feel real good about being part of that club myself. I have a lot of friends in network marketing. I have a lot of friends outside of network marketing. And the friends that I have outside of network marketing, when I come up to play golf with them or I come hang out, they're not like, oh gosh, here comes Todd, get away from me. He's going to talk to us about his thing again that he never shuts up about. Oh my goodness, this guy is just like, he just doesn't get a clue. Here's a couple things. Number one, there's a few ways that people become part of the NFL club, and there are some ways that you can totally avoid it, and there's a way for you to repair it if you have been in that situation or you feel you're part of that. So I do think it's something that can be totally avoided. You can have your friends, you can still keep your friends. Some will be in your business, some won't be in your business. There's no reason to alienate people. There's three things that typically happen. Number one is someone becomes overly enthusiastic and they don't listen. Okay? Enthusiasm is an attractor factor. It's an important part of drawing people to you, but if it's overly enthusiastic combined with not paying attention and not listening to the prospect's clues and what they're saying to you, it can turn someone off. So, calling my buddy up and say, hey, oh my gosh, I found this thing. We're going to be so rich. This is awesome. You're stupid if you don't look at it. Oh my gosh, I found it. We're going to be so rich so fast. It's so amazing. And then Bob's like, look, I'm not really interested in taking a look at it. Oh, you're stupid. You know what? When I get my Lamborghini, I'm not going to take you for a ride in it. Blah, 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 blah. The person didn't even pay attention to what the prospect said. Very likely Bob's going to red button them on the iPhone when in the future that person calls, well, I'm not answering the phone. And you've just alienated that person in that case because you were so enthusiastic, but you didn't listen. You didn't pay attention, not you in this case, this isn't a made up example, of course. I don't want to insult you that are watching the video. So I don't want to say, well, gosh, I'm not doing that, Todd. But just in case you are, you want to stop doing that. So that's number one. Number two is people jumping from company to company to company to company. When you're going from this deal to that deal to the next deal to this deal to the next one, and you're constantly bringing new companies to people, they just get burned out on it. They're just over it. It's like, this is the new one, this is the next one, this is the greatest one, this is the next one. And they just get to the point where they just shut off and they're done. And they're sick and tired of hearing about the newest, latest, greatest deal that you're in, and they will avoid you. They will not want to hang out with you because you're constantly bringing new things to them. So, of course, great idea. Now, I understand sometimes we have to make a change. Maybe it's not a good match or whatever, but in most cases, people that make a change are doing so because they think that the grass is greener someplace else, or they heard somebody made a bunch of money really fast, and they hadn't made a bunch of money really fast in the one that they're in, so they go look someplace else. And in almost every single case, and I've dealt with this for years personally, I've dealt with this for years with coaching clients, in almost every single case, the answer's in the mirror. The answer's not in another company. That's what you call a busy office. No, I'm not going to re-record the video because my phone is ringing. The answer is looking in the mirror. So if you want to avoid altogether being part of the NFL club, then make a decision, stick to the decision, and stop changing. Number three is this, making absolutely sure that you treat your business seriously. So for example, here's what happens a lot of the time with people. A person gets involved in a business, they start talking about how they're super excited about this new business, they're excited for a week, they do something for a week, then they kind of hang out and they're just like a bench warmer, they're a seat warmer, they're a spectator. Yeah, the friends know that they're involved in this business, they talk about the business over months, over maybe a couple years, but they're really not making any progress. and their friends know that they're not making any progress because they're still driving the 1971 Ford Maverick, living with their mother, and clearly things are not working very well for them if they're still driving that car and still living with mom. And so friends ultimately end up losing respect for someone who keeps saying, oh, this business, this business, this business, but they're really not doing anything. They're talking a big game about the business, but they're really not doing anything. So it's a matter of doing something and actually treating it seriously that's going to lead you to success. It's going to lead to the respect of others, and it's going to lead you to having friends that want to continue to be your friends because they're like, hey, my buddy is an action taker. Whether they do the business or not is irrelevant. They see you as an action taker, a doer, someone that's earned their respect because they've committed, they've stayed, they've focused, and they haven't changed. There's something that people really appreciate about an individual that stays committed to an objective or a goal that they have, set out to accomplish. So now here's the thing. I know some of you may be thinking, well, gee, Todd, I'm part of the NFL. I mean, I hate to admit it, but I have done some of these things that you're talking about. Well, there is a way to repair it, okay? And I will in fact, what I'll do is I'll put the actual verbiage in my blog post at toddfalcone.com. So I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching this on my site at toddfalcone.com. So I'm not going to put it in, in the description here on YouTube where this video is hosted, but you will want to read this because and you don't have to do it exactly like this, but I'm all about let's be straightforward, let's be authentic, let's tell the truth. So if it was me and I was part of the NFL club and I totally blew it with my buddy, I'd call my friend up. Let's say I finally have come to the conclusion that I've been screwing up, doing 9 different deals, not treating any of them seriously, and finally I've like discovered myself and realized my mistakes, and now I've been treating it seriously, seeing progress. I'd call up my buddy and say, hey bro, listen, look, I got to talk to you. Listen, I know I brought you 9 deals in the last 2 years, and I know you got sick and tired of it, and quite frankly I feel ashamed to know that I acted the way that I did. I was doing things completely wrong. I was completely blowing it, thinking that the answer was someplace else. I didn't know what I was doing. And I had to have a real serious internal conversation with myself to come to the realization that it was me, it was my fault. I mean, most of the companies that I brought to you, they were all great companies. I was the issue. So here's the deal. Now listen, for the last year, I've been very, very focused on a company. I would completely understand if you didn't even want to take a peek at it, take a look at it because of the way I've done things in the past. But I would be honored if you would, at the very least, just take a look at what I'm doing. Again, I would understand that if you didn't want to take a look at it, I would totally get it. I maybe not, if it was reverse, I may not take a look at it, but I just want you to know I'm so sorry for being this guy that was just flaky and constantly making changes and doing things. And I mean, I've lost sleep over it, and I finally got to the point where I've changed and I've made a commitment, I've made a decision. Things have been going well for me in this business, and I would appreciate if you would at least take a peek at it. If you don't take a peek at it, once again, I totally understand, but I just want to let you know where I'm at, where I stand, and I apologize for being the freaky guy that kept bringing, a new deal to you every couple months saying, this is it, this is it, this is it. It was my fault. It wasn't the company's fault. It wasn't the network marketing profession's fault. It was my fault. I'm completely to blame, but I have changed. I've made a decision. I will not be shifting companies, and I've been focused on this for over a year now. Things are going pretty well, and I would appreciate if you would take a peek at it. I mean, that's being vulnerable, that's being honest, that's being authentic, and maybe they will look at it, maybe they won't, but at least they'll appreciate, man, my friend came to me in a totally open, vulnerable state and told me the truth, and what's not to appreciate about that? So there's more on this on my blog post at toddfalcone.com, but I don't think anybody needs to be part of the NFL club. I think it's a ridiculous club to be part of. If you want to avoid it altogether, you can do the things that I've suggested. If you're part of it or have been a part of it, then you can certainly do something about it. You can change that. You can repair. You can mend, but it's up to you and the decisions that you make from this point forward so that does not happen to you again. So I'll see you on another video, you guys. Hope you're having a great day, and I appreciate you for watching. We'll see you soon.